welcome to SuperSports360, your daily lowdown of the world's sporting go-down with me, Kelly Latimer. Before we take you around the globe with some of your favourites, we start on Singapore shores with gripping grapples and gorgeous girls. But our attention remains firmly fixed on one. Now, to say there was pressure on Royston would be an understatement. About to make his debut as the first Singaporean fighter in the UFC's maiden event in Southeast Asia, Royston was fighting for personal pride and had to shoulder the country's expectations as well. Olivia Quay was at Marina Bay Sands to see if he would rise to the challenge or crumble under the pressure.
A picture of focus in front of a sellout crowd of more than 5,000, Royston Wee knew precisely what to do against fellow debutant Dave Galera. Stick to his game plan, which included a lot of grappling. While it wasn't the most exciting fight, it being his first, Royston needed to be more calculative and technical. The 27-year-old bantamweight underdog won the 3-round bout by unanimous decision. He had to eat an illegal upkick to get there, but as you can see, it was well worth the price.
It's really my dream to fight the UFC, and I'm just happy that, there's a lot of pressure in me for the past 6 months because I've been training competitively hard for actually a few other competitions, and eventually I get to fight in the UFC. This 6 months was really grueling and hard, and I'm just glad I won the fight in the UFC for the first time in my debut, and my past 2 fights I won in about a minute or less than a minute and a half. I never fought through 3 rounds or 5 minutes, and it was tired, and but it felt great. It felt great. All the hard work and the sweat and the blood I've been training for. It all worked well. Yeah.
It does appear that Royston was well prepared for his debut UFC fight, coming away with just a few cuts and a bruised ear. But what you can't see is that he's also recovering from the flu, which he had been suffering from throughout the week.
I was actually sick one week coming into the fight. I had a really bad flu, and I was coughing. Actually, I was just coughing just now, before I go out to a fight. And it did affect my fitness a little bit, but I was trained to just go through it.
Royston has signed a multi-fight deal with the UFC, but the next move will be entirely decided by the global MMA giant. In the meantime, he has to get over that flu and take a much-deserved break. For SuperSports360, this is Olivia Quay.
And it wasn't just Dave Galera that Royston snuffed out last night. He also defied dozens of MMA experts who overwhelmingly predicted that he would lose. However, for a select few, like members of Royston's team, there was absolutely no doubt that he would pull off the history-making win.
He dominated every round. He did the game according to plan. He performed fantastically. There were a bit of pre-fight jitters. This is his first fight on a big stage, and that was probably my only worry because I know technically he has the skill, and this meant so much to him. There was a lot of pressure on him. You saw how he reacted after it was over. So I'm just so proud of him. It was a fantastic fight. Royston has got a thin track record. He's got a 2-0 win in small events. Dave Galera has got 5-0 wins. He was the interim bantamweight champion for URCC, so I can understand the doubts. But the problem is we can't just make judgment on paper. Fortunately for us, the fight is fought on canvas and not paper. To be honest, the moment Royston started fighting, I knew right there he was going to win the fight because I told you the biggest fear was whether his mind was in it. And once he started fighting, he was performing to plan. He performed exactly as we trained, and then I knew, okay, he's on track. So we're just waiting to watch a good fight after that.